So you are a space travel agent. Like,
I
how
am.
cool is that?
It's very cool. It's very cool. I'm a normal travel agent as well as a space travel agent.
Yeah, but people can actually book a trip to space now.
Yes, they can, and they've been able to do that for a few years. So House of Travel have got the licence in New Zealand, and there's a few of us that have been handpicked to sell space flights. So a few years back, I got invited to a meeting where they said, this is the concept, this is what we're looking at this was the Virgin Galactic people, and it was way down the track. They'd obviously at that stage put a lot of thought into it, a lot of research and development had gone into it, and a lot of money.
Wow. So, I mean, when are flights going to space?
Oh, look, I wish I could give you a date. There was a mishap a couple of years ago, which has been highly publicised, and they did lose their spaceship, and that was due to pilot error. And unfortunately, it's set it back a couple of years, but it actually hasn't hindered the passion, and especially our astronauts. They are so behind this. They knew it was research and development all the way, and you know, it's very unfortunate that a pilot had to die in the crash, but you know, it is very revolutionary what they're actually trying to achieve.
Yeah, totally. So if you were going to book a trip to space, honestly, it's messing with my mind. You know, so how much would it even cost to buy your ticket?
Okay, so the one thing that everyone seems to focus on, they think it's for the wealthy, and it's definitely not. It's US $250,000, and there is one New Zealand astronaut who's mortgaged his house to go on this trip.
You actually said that really quickly.
Yeah.
I think 250,000, just not much, you know,
But, you know, compared to what the options were, you know, 10 years ago, there were millions of dollars to go on Russian space, and, you know, it's one person. This is commercial flights. So Richard Branson's really looking forward to having some competition and for space being affordable for everybody. So this isn't just a one-off for the wealthy.
Yeah.
So.
Gosh, 250,000, let me see. I mean, Fiji's gotten really expensive, so, you know.
It's a lot of trips to Fiji. But I guess the one thing that these people have always, you know, the guys that I've been dealing with, and they're a really entrepreneurial bunch.
I imagine.
Really diverse, and they all knew that in their lifetime they wanted to go into space.
Yeah.
So it's a real passion for them, as well as being something that they want to be on the frontier of something just amazing.
Yeah, you know, those early adopters. I mean, if you look back at very ordinary things that seem ordinary now, like I remember, you know, the first time someone got a mobile phone, and I was thinking, you know, what's the point of that, really? And now, obviously, we wouldn't be without them. So,
you know, being on the frontier of something quite cutting edge has been really, really exciting, and really exciting for our astronauts. Got to meet Sir Richard Branson, so that was really cool.
Go you!
Yeah, kiss the sheet.
I haven't washed it since.
Yeah, but he's, you know, talking to him, he's a very ordinary man, actually, when you meet him.
Yeah.
But he's not ordinary up there. There's a lot going on, and you know, it's really, I think it's just really cool to be involved in something that is so revolutionary. And the experience for the astronauts has been, you know, they're a community of only 700 that have paid so far, and they'll be.
That's quite a lot.
That is a lot. Worldwide.
700 people worldwide have paid to fly to space.
Aged between 10 and 90, so a really diverse group of people.
Wow.
And they get a lot of privileges belonging to this small group.
And will we all be going to space for our holidays in the future?
If you talk to Sir Richard Branson, absolutely. He's looking at building space hotels, which I know sounds really bizarre. The thought of actually going into space full stop probably sounded bizarre even a few years ago. Yeah. But it is a reality, and it's a reality very soon. You know, unfortunately, Sir Richard gets up at events and says, "Oh, next year we'll be going into space," and I'm sure his PR people just die a little bit inside. Yeah, but you know, if it hadn't been for 2014. There would have been people in space, and I would have gone up to I'm going up to this. There's actually Spaceport America that's already been built.
You're going?
I'm going up to look at one of my astronauts go up. Absolutely. I want to be there, not for the ride as such, but I can't afford the US $250,000 at this stage, but I would love the opportunity to go at some stage in my life. And I'd love to go and just the whole build-up and the experience. These astronauts, or future astronauts they're called, they have 3 days of training. And just to... three. I know it doesn't sound a lot, but they're not actually flying the plane.
No,
so it's really to get them used to the G-forces. And a couple of them have already gone up and done centrifuge training in the States. So they've got a bit of a feel about how their bodies are going to take the G-forces, because that's going to be quite big. You don't want to be blacking out and missing what is only essentially
what happened?
A 2 to 2.5 hour journey.
I was going to ask you, 2.5 hours,
And, you know, from woe to go. So, you know, if you don't know the concept, it's really good to have a look at, there's an animated video of what it looks like on virgingalactic.com. But it's a rocket ship that's attached to a, it's like a catamaran, a twin-hulled plane, and it goes up to 50,000 feet.
Oh, it's like this.
It's like this, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that appear on our table. Let's have a look. Ooh. Sorry, I've just crashed.
It's right. Just grab that.
I'll just not crash it anymore.
That's right. So yeah, it's a double-hulled piloted flight, and this is the rocket. So it goes up to 50,000 feet, and if you know about normal aviation, most people or most jets these days fly at about 36,000 feet.
Yeah.
And then this drops, and the rocket at the back, which is a heavily guarded secret, ignites, and it takes you into 110 miles into space, and 100 miles is the actual version of space. The pilots will experience 3 to 4 minutes of weightlessness.
Oh,
which will be really
nice.
cool. Which will be amazing. And then they've got to try and get back into their seat. That might not be so amazing, but they will be all trained on this. So it's not going to be something that's going to be a surprise for them, and they all know what they've signed up for.
Yeah.
And then they'll get back into these seats. And the unique feature of the spaceship is these feathering. These are actually feathered wings, and they come up so that the re-entry back into Earth's atmosphere, which is where they'll experience the most G-forces, will actually be quite smooth and not so hard on the body, because that's really where the G-forces will come into play.
Right.
And
but
then,
listen, when you arrive in space, what do you do?
It's literally, you see the curvature of the Earth, 1,600 miles curvature of the Earth.
Yeah.
It's going to be an experience that they'll only be in space for such a short time.
Yeah.
Then they'll experience the weightlessness and then come back into Earth.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, book me in.
Yeah,
no joke.
Absolutely. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So, they want to be, they're absolutely fizzing to go.
Yeah.
So it couldn't come sooner. Couldn't come sooner for me either.
Well,
It'd be
hey,
great.
bring it on,
Yeah.
bring it on.
Yeah.
And congratulations on all the work you're doing, booking people into space.
I know. Who would have thought?